This is the most gnarly trail in Santa Fe, if not in some wider vicinity than just Santa Fe. If you don't know your limit, you're gonna go past it on accident and you won't have any experience and you won't be ready. That was very steep. Whoa! I'm just always blown away at what I can climb up on this thing. Steep. Freedom! Whoa, shit before. And I've done it on a mountain bike a few times, just shuttle up to the top of the mountain and ride down on like an awesome full suspension. I've done it on a hardtail a couple times too. Not exactly fun. I'm just excited to be here, man. I'm excited to have free time. Oh, come on, man. Get the fuck out of my way. Be careful on this old pothole-ridden skinny road with no lines on it. This is some old Santa Fe, man. Some real Santa Fe. Some hikers out here. Steep. I'm just always blown away at what I can climb up on this thing. Surely lose grip before you lose torque and power, which is why, again, I'm like, I don't really care about wheels claiming they have more torque than this, except for on the street, obviously, where you can get that harsh lean angle. I just don't have a street wheel. I just ride this like it is a street wheel. It's gonna be a pretty good off-road range test because, like, I'm gonna get some good efficiency going 20 miles an hour, maybe 15 miles an hour on average, you know, versus 60 miles an hour on the asphalt where I only get 22 miles at best if I'm going that fast and it's all street. But out here, I bet I'll get 40. I mean, we're going straight up a mountain. That might affect it, maybe 30, but whoo, this is beautiful. I've been out here in a minute. Got some bikers. Howdy. Come on through. Have fun.
Yeah, you too.
Dude, I just love when people are friendly and just out to have a good time, you know. People who get all up in arms are just, man, they need our love because they are really not having a good time. They're the ones that get upset for you being out here, but there's not much of that in Santa Fe, man, I have to say. This place is getting friendlier every year. At least in my experience. A lot of other people have different experiences than that. But I grew up in Colorado, and so I have a really high standard for awesome outdoors, accessibility, and friendly people. Oh. Woo! That was a good little fall. I don't think I scratched my lens. See if it turns back on. Yay! You never know, dude. Ever since I had that one spill in that snowstorm where it just turned off on me, sometimes I don't know if I'm ever gonna make it home. But that's why I keep a little Allen key. Oh, that's something that's really good to know about the Apex, is if you don't have like some updated BMS like I am supposed to have in there, like NOSFET sent me an updated BMS to throw in there to make it so that that problem never happens again, where if you spin up and you do overcurrent protection, the BMS turns off all the power to the controller and it won't turn back on until you plug it back in, which I haven't put it in yet because I'm resisting learning soldering. What you can do instead is just bring a little Allen key, pop off this cover, disconnect the batteries on both sides, and then plug them back in and it'll turn right back on. So I hear. I'd probably like wait a few seconds and hit the power button a few times while it's disconnected to make sure all that juice is drained. But that's what I'm told from NOSFET. That's what they told me to do if that ever happens again. So I have a little Allen key in my pocket. Figured that's a little easier than resoldering an entire new BMS. But with that new BMS, I'm Leaper Kim firmware. I'm kind of like, I don't think people can get their hands on it yet, but howdy. But it's more like, hey. I think it's kind of like, it might be, I assume, the same BMS from the Lynx S, which can handle 20 amps of charge current, versus this that can handle like, you know, the stock Lynx, the stock Apex use the same thing. So, and I think it's only like 15 or 16 amps. Fuck, it could, that new BMS might be able to handle more even. It's a good incentive for me to do it, although I don't even have a fast charger. And to be honest, in America, fast chargers can only put out 11 amps at 151 volts because of our puny little 110 voltage outlets here. Unless I found some sort of, you know, Tesla charging station or EV charging station, then I have to bring an adapter and a Roger charger, and then it would get probably double 20 amps or whatever. But I mean, I'm like, who like has the time and who really needs to do that? Like, I don't think so, not yet anyways. Sure, if I was doing like a really long street ride, I'd bring it. It's just so fucking nice out here. Whoa! Yeah, I love this. Trying to think of an application or kind of ride. Trying to think of like a ride where I'd actually need to have that. And, you know, I'm gonna do this epic ride from house to Angel Fire, which is a 40 miles like this, except in the mountains up higher. I think it's called South Boundary. People, you know, work out all summer and spring to try to be able to have enough stamina and energy to do that by the end of the season. And I've thought about doing it, never have. I've only been on it with a one wheel for like a couple miles, and it's a lot like this, but it's more like Colorado versus this like rocky nastiness. I mean, it's probably just as rocky, but it's just different. You know, in New Mexico, this elevation is pretty like clay, shale, just jutted rock. I don't know if it's sandstone or what. My brother would know what kind of rocks there are here, and you can, Logan, I'm asking you, comment here the difference between those typical kind of rocks in Colorado versus the kind here, because you are a master geologist brain. Howdy, folks. Sorry, no hurry. You can.
Looks like fun, man.
Thank you, brother. You guys have a wonderful day. Dude, I'm telling you, people are just so nice here. Oh, I remember one time I went way too far on that turn that way and didn't make this turn on my mountain bike. I flew into the weeds. I was laughing so hard, but it was a close one. Oh, the dirt is perfect right now for an electric unicycle because it's still a little bit wet and freshly compacted from the melted snow. You can really take turns sharp, stop hard, accelerate hard without slipping out. But whoa! Yeah, like that. We got grip, do that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we get up and higher in the elevation. No, you're good. I'm the one hauling ass. Hey man, have fun. Dude, see, it's like friendly, dude. I don't want to jinx it, but I fucking love that. The street! This wasn't the Windsor. This is like an alternate route. The Windsor really starts in Setsuke, which is a village like 20 minutes from Santa Fe. All right, don't pull out. All right, I could go up there, but I think I'm gonna go here. We might even see my wife and daughter. She's doing this Dale Ball Trail right now, right here. And if I have somehow magically synced it up, she might be right here as I cross. Here's the trail. Ooh, why did it beep? That's not a good noise. I don't have any warning signs. Beep beep. I wonder if that was new. Every once in a while I get like a mystery beep. I wasn't pushing it too hard to overcurrent it. It's not low battery, it's not wheel slip, it's not like anything like that, just beeps. I haven't had one of those in a long time, but whenever I do, I get a little nervous because, yeah, you know, what does that mean? What's about to happen? Hopefully nothing. I just love this thing. Ah. Sorry, didn't mean to. Howdy, howdy. Have fun. That's 5 friendly people, dude. Oh, I love this place. All right, so they usually come back this way. See if we can catch them. If I'm right, they went around and then they're gonna come back this way. That's why I'm able to come out for a ride, because baby's on an adventure. Shit. Normally can't ride this fast because the dirt's too soft. It's all just sand and rocks. But yeah, now that we're getting on the south-facing side of the mountain, it's drier and it's slipperier. More slipperier. Be a little careful. There's probably a lot of hikers on this trail. I should go slow. Be careful. Yeah, there's no way I'm making a ski basin today. It's starting to get squeaky tensions. Yep. 2 rides is all I get with these, how worn out they are. Now, I want to clarify because I think I've been ripping on the Apex too much. Because in reality, if you don't abuse your wheel the way I have by adding shocks that don't fit, right? Doing things that change the telemetry of the suspension in a way it's not meant to be changed, and or literally just does not fit right because I didn't have the right spacers. I literally was rolling up electrical tape between the trunnions to try to get that gap removed because the Fox Float X Factory air shock trunnion style, instead of having 2 eyes, was not the right width. But I went like 2,000 miles without doing that, so it's just slapping all around and pulling those brass rings out, and I had to hammer those brass rings back in. If you know, you know. But anyways, that probably wasn't good for it. I didn't always, line up my wheel perfectly level before putting all the screws back in, so it was maybe misaligned, and the stanchions had extra awkward angles. That's just an assumption. And then the main thing was that I used those wiper seals that were 3D printed, and it let a massive amount of dirt, and that's really what did me in. Before that, I was getting, hundreds of miles between services. Now I'm getting less than 100 miles before it gets all squeaky and nasty. And I'll just even cut to a video of it being all squeaky if you hadn't seen that video yet. Suspension's getting creaky already. Listen, you can feel it. It's getting stuck. Yeah. Enzo! Enzo! Who's my boy? It's my baby girl. Hi, guys. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Mwah. Can I have a kiss? Papa, have a kiss? I love you, girl. Hi, guys. Welcome to the YouTube channel. You're famous now. You know, at the top of Canyon Road?
Yes.
Does she need Wawa? Do you have any?
Do we? No, not necessarily. Oh, you want some of Papa's?
All done. Love you guys. Not the most efficient way to access the Windsor. I'm still not even on it yet. Yeah, I'd need like a whole day. I don't know what I was thinking, but at least I got out. Woo! We still recording? Yeah. There's that kind of slippery. This is the kind of New Mexico rock I was talking about. There's some of this in Colorado too. Maybe there's not much of a difference anyways, but I feel like there's a lot more smooth trails in like Durango, Colorado, which is only 4 hours from here. Got that squeaks. But what I was saying about the Apex is that the stanchions, like they'll last long. I don't think that this wheel really needs all that much maintenance. If you are just, especially if you just use it the way it is out of the box, like, and don't F with things like I did. And then I probably also went too long between services. Like I was going 700 miles that first time, and that is too long. You want to do, I think, I heard someone on an official video from NOSFET say 500 miles. But other people say it's fewer than that. Howdy, howdy. Pardon me. Thank you. Okay, yeah, no, still people. She had headphones in. And so, you know, it's really interesting. Someone said in my comments on the last video that, you know, this only came out, the Apex came out within the same year as the Lynx, yet the Lynx is like the world's most favorite wheel. They're like the same thing, except the Apex is better. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to think of one reason why the Lynx is better other than a little bit like less maintenance. And the maintenance takes 25 minutes every 500 miles. Like, who cares? Learn how to tinker with your wheel. Like, if you own an electric unicycle, I get the people who just don't want to ever have to do anything. And I understand the stigma that the Apex has from people like Trub and me, Matt Burt, who have had like issues, you know, with the stanchions, and like you can hear them squeaking away as I talk. But in reality, yes, it is it's like, you know, it's got some quirks, but it is I would never buy a Lynx if I had access to an Apex. Not to mention, the Apex is cheaper. It always has been a little bit cheaper than the Lynx. Although for some reason it just, I think it's like $100 more on e-wheels right now than the Lynx S, which I don't understand that. You know, those companies are always playing games with each other, trying to cash grab and, you know, do capitalism and stuff. I don't really know how that works. But, all right, this is called Lollipop Loop. This is gonna be fun. I have to be careful though, because it's kind of like threading a needle. I just cannot wait, you know, even if it's just like a refresh of the Apex with like, say, like what they did with the Lynx S, they did like an Apex Type R. Dude, that'd be freaking sick. Although the one thing, here's another thing that I thought about, you know, like, do you know how much weight in the wheel, like in the motor, actually matters for off-road performance? That's actually a really big deal. Less weight is better, obviously. And hold on, we're not going that way. We want to go up, I think. Well, we'll find out. Should have looked. It's an adventure! Snow already, okay. And the Lynx S has a lot more weight in the motor. I think that's where the majority of the weight comes from, or all the weight increase, if not all of it, you know, maybe some from the frame, because they had issues where, and that's another thing, Apex isn't issue free. I mean, the Lynx isn't issue free. It has that issue where, you know, the wheel kind of bends around the axles and it can rub on the battery boxes. And they kind of fixed it with the Lynx S, but it still does it. Like, it still has all that play, and I don't like that. I mean, some chassis flex is good, actually. You know, it's not the end of the world. Everyone's like, oh my God, chassis flex. Like, yeah, race cars have chassis flex on purpose. Especially back in the like 70s, you wanted chassis flex because you had more horsepower than, hold on, focus, your tires could grip, then more horsepower in, say, like a Shelby Cobra than your tires could put down on the road. So what the chassis flex would do is actually eat up some of that torque and power to the point where you maintained better grip. By flexing the chassis, it actually would put the car in a better position for more lateral grip, right? And there's so much more to it than I understand, but that's the whole point behind having like looser sway bars versus stiffer. Like there's pros and cons to stiff and loose, because it's all about getting like more power to the ground in certain scenarios and more ability to change direction as you would like to. Like I know, for instance, on one of my many Miatas, I had these adjustable sway bars, and when I bought it, it was just set to full retard. And that, I mean by that is like all the way tight, you know, whoever put it on there was just like, yeah, all the way tight. I got this cool, fancy red racing bar. I'm gonna turn it all the way up to 11. Like that's not the right idea. So I took it down like 1 or 2 clicks in the sway bar, and I did the same thing with my Audi. And what that did is made it so it stopped understeering, and it actually was able to perfectly be balanced in a turn to the point where I could slide out the rear end a little bit, which is what you want when you're entering and exiting a corner. You don't want to just plow what's called understeer through a turn and not be able to actually make it and maintain that line, that apex, so to speak. So yeah, when I turned on the sway bars, it was just so much better because I could actually control it. Sure, it had a little bit more body roll, but if you're comfortable with that, oh, this is pretty rough, dude. Whoa! Then you get more grip in the corners. You can pull more G's with a little bit looser sway bars than with tighter ones. So the tighter ones will be good for slow speed, where you're just trying to do, you know, like, what do you call that, autocross, where you're trying to have like, it's funny enough, I bought it from someone who's doing autocross, which is why he had it turned all the way up to 11 on the sway bars. It's hard to focus and ride and film. And, you know, autocross is where it's like you're in a parking lot with cones and you're trying to make super quick turns at very like lower speeds. Whereas what I like to do is, you know, like 70-mile-an-hour turns or going up a ski basin. And so with that, you want more body roll. So roundabout way of saying, like, that whole chassis flex in the Lynx, like, that's not the end of the world, except it was not good because it was rubbing on the battery box. Some people were having like actual like damage from it. So that's not what you want. But you do want to have the ability to put the power down where and how you want it. The dynamics are very, you know, nuanced of that kind of stuff. And I'm not smart enough to articulate it, but it seems like with the Lynx S, they have figured out the chassis flex to a point where it's acceptable. I mean, I actually would like to see a little bit more flex in the Apex, because you want, this is where I need to get Dawood. He's like the engineer brain with this kind of stuff. He like was reading suspension telemetry manuals in black and white at age 6. Guy is too smart for his own good with that kind of stuff, dude. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy coming back up this. Like, look. Already in the snow and mud, riding in the dark on the way home. I apologize if that squeak is driving you crazy. I'm gonna get 1 ride, 1.5 rides before it comes back. But I did get my new stanchions, and dude, I am gonna do something so sick. I got the recommendation from, I'll throw his comment up. He made, actually I'll put a link to his video, because he did something really cool. I'm not guaranteeing that this is gonna work, but you know me trying prototype stuff. Oh my God, look at this freaking hill. This is so steep. He tapped holes in the stanchions, grease ports essentially, like an axle on a truck, so that you don't have to take it apart. You can just, you know, squirt some more grease in it and then put the cap back on, and then you know maintenance becomes 30 seconds instead of 30 minutes. This is not the kind of trail I thought it was. I mean, I knew what I was getting into, but I just don't know where I am. Hopefully this takes me up to where I can pop out on the road and haul ass back down the mountain if I need to get home. Oh. Oh, this is so steep and slippery with this shale. Oh. This is riding with style here. Woo! Oh my gosh, dude. What is going on? Drop. Whoa. Well, the trail went that way too. The hell? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'm not lost, you're lost. Oh, I don't know if this is a trail. Where am I, dude? There's 3 trails and no signs. I can only remember what I used to do on my mountain bike back when I was in shape and stuff. This kind of stuff is why I like to be really locked in on my foot pads, because like being able to twist your wheel around at 1 mile an hour down rocks is really comes from being able to control with your ankles and your toes and your feet. Oh my God. Woo! Okay, hold on, breathe for a second. No, keep going. Like these little hairpins. Oh, I'm gonna learn on riding backwards to be able to do that without dismounting. Oh, see if I can do this one. Oh, no. I have to come back up this goddamn. Where are we? No public access beyond this point. La Piedra Trail, technical trail to Dale Ball via whatever. Let's go. I'm gonna be able to like kiss Windsor and come back. I will do a full video of Windsor when I have time one of these days. Woohoo! That's how I clean the dirt off my wheel. I haven't washed this thing in months. It doesn't need to be washed. Like, I mean, IPX6X, baby, as long as you waterproof that headlight. I'll do a video of me waterproofing it. I've already recorded it. I've just got to get it out there. It's really simple, actually. It'll give you the confidence to go through stuff like that. Woo! This is, oh, mud. This is nice. Oh, look at that river. So nice here. Yeah, you do that. What I just did on the Lynx, your clips are gonna get pedaled. Your clips are gonna get pedaled. You know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, really any other wheel. Maybe a X-Way would make it, but you know what's funny is the ET Max actually has pretty high pedals, but it has, I thought about a long time ago before I really hated Begode. I thought about getting ET Max a long time ago. It was like a year ago. Because it had 130 millimeters of suspension travel, you know, those high pedals, and it had all that power and top speed. Like imagine being able to go 70 miles an hour on an Apex with all this 150 millimeters. Whoa, almost went off a cliff. Okay, gotta pay attention. You know, that, I mean, the ET Max is known to go 70 miles an hour. Oh, I'm so sweaty. And no one talks about it anymore because, well, I don't know. I just, there's no Begode I would trust my life with. And I have to trust my life with the wheel I'm going to get on. And every other day I see something posted in the Facebook groups, the EUC Facebook groups, that, my Begode cut out on me. What? How did this happen? I was going, you know, really on smooth surface, 15 miles an hour. Or I just nudged a curb. You know, that happened the wrong way with the ET Max. He literally just nudged a curb and the controller blew out. So imagine that happens at 60 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. You're dead, dude. End up wrapped around a tree, unfortunately, as irreverent as that sounds. Like that one guy. Oh shit, come on, we can do this. No, this is so muddy. I feel bad even saying that. Like I said, it's really irreverent, but I also am just trying to spread the awareness, guys. Like Begode is really at a point where they have not taken accountability, well, for anything. And they're not out there to make real vehicles. They're out there to make high specification toys that are really lethal. And that's just a fact. And it's due to, as far as I can tell, their MOSFETs not being rated for the amount of power that the firmware allows to flow through it. And I don't know, someone in the comments, please explain that to me. Because I know for a fact that LeaperCam firmware, like NOSFET as well, they are undertuned. They are basically, they have all this, like this controller can handle over 200 volts. And they only run 151. It can handle a lot more amps too, but they detune it on purpose so that you never have that issue. And I'm not saying they've never cut out. Of course, every company has had wheels that cut out, even the P6, according to some people. But you gotta wonder, people say cut out, and sometimes I'm just like, what was your maximum lean angle set to? If it wasn't set to 65 and you went around a turn and it cut out, that's your own fault. And it's not actually a cutout, that's just you being a dumbass. So I set mine to 65, anything above that, and if I pop off the wheel spins up and starts breakdancing until it, you know, takes out a tree or decapitates someone, you know, if I'm at 70 or above. But 65, I can get out of it safely and it'll turn off every time without running off or causing damage. All right, maybe we go up the Windsor for a little bit. It's just mud that way. But yeah, if one of you in the comments knows exactly why it is that Begode and doesn't make reliable controllers and what the science is behind that, I'd really appreciate it, because right now it's only speculation and hearsay, but it's also just observing facts, which is that people don't just get cutouts on any NOSFET or LeaperCam consistently, like every week. And their wheels don't just catch on fire, burst into flames randomly for no reason. So if you're a Begode fanboy, you might be butthurt from what I'm saying. And I'm sorry, like I've been fanboy of things before, but I'm really glad that I stopped drinking the Kool-Aid eventually. Oh, that's a cool little bench. And like, I'm not fanboying the NOSFET. I really have grown to think I've made the right choice. That's all. You know, I realized that, you know, at first I was kind of like, I don't know if this is the right wheel. It's really squirrely at high speed. It's like, I just got better at riding and now I can handle those speed wobbles, because yes, this wheel is more prone to wobbles. It's less stable at high speed if you ride it the setup I have, which is maxed out, and I never go below the maximum click. And that makes it epic off-road and makes it so you're kind of on top of the wheel versus kind of seated in it like most wheels. But the trade-off is you have low pedal height, dude. You're gonna get clipped on stuff like this, and you're gonna be like basically one wheelie where you have no suspension, so you're just scanning every little pebble to make sure you hit it at the right angle, and you're just, you know, it's a constant mind game. Whereas this, I just fucking look at this, I just float over this. I don't have to think. All right, where are we? Horizon Trail. What does that say? Saddleback Connector Trail. I'm one of those guys that just goes and doesn't bring a map or anything, but that looks fun. I kind of like the magic of things working out perfectly without really trying. And that's part of the adventure to me. I'm not some guy who's ever gonna just like script something for you guys. I am not interested in having a voiceover of me riding a wheel where I have ChatGPT print out something that sounds smarter than I really am, and then talking about it like a robot in a way where it's like insincere. So, I mean, that results in me not being very articulate because I'm doing 3 things at once while I'm out here, but hopefully it conveys that, you know, I'm just having fun and I'm being sincere. And that's all I want, because, you know, I'm hoping my channel takes off to the point where people are, you know, kind of realizing that I'm just an objective guy who wants to have the most fun and knows enough and has enough experience to be able to have a solid opinion about, you know, everything EUC related. And usually when that happens, you start getting offers for sponsors and stuff like that. I'm not affiliated with anyone like that other than a couple of like Amazon links and, you know, products. I don't try to sell them. I put the links in my description and I get like 5%. But, you know, I really, from my research and from what people are telling me, is that basically the best thing, and this is honestly what's most intuitive for me, is to have you guys be my customer. Not NOSFET, not InMotion, not brake-free head brake lights and any other products, but to really just always tell the truth. And you know, what's kind of cool about that is the fact is I am doing that, and I still think this is the best wheel in the world, which is why I'm really excited about what comes next for NOSFET. I hope that they had their, you know, made their money selling the tiny wheels, you know, like I was saying in the last video, like they kind of did the Future Motion thing where they came out with the XR one wheel, which is just awesome flagship, but then they went backwards and made the Pint, which is super lame. And then they made the Pint X, which is like they gave you back a little bit of what they took away. It's like a little bit more range on a shittier, smaller, slower wheel. So, I mean, that's exactly what happened with the Aero and the Aeon. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there's definitely a market for those. Obviously, I mean, it's like their best-selling wheels, I think, more so than the Apex. I don't know for sure, but you know, that's because people love it. And for that class of wheel, I think those are probably the best, which is because from what I hear, people just absolutely love it. The Aero just is phenomenal, and the Aeon takes it to the next level of that 150 volts with a little bigger wheel and stuff. But I need something bigger, you know. I need the Apex Pro. I need at least the Apex S, right? But the problem with, God, dude, I'm so ADHD. Let me rewind. When I was talking about, you know, if they do a refresh of the Apex, woo! And instead of like coming out with a whole new wheel, and then I'm assuming they're just going to go with Librachem firmware again, which is they have that more powerful motor and it has more torque and more high speed. And but the problem is that motor's heavier. I do not want a little bit more torque and a little bit more top speed if it means the motor's that much heavier. I really, really, really don't. Because I like how lightweight, you know, the power to weight ratio of the Apex is probably the best, I think, of any, maybe not power to weight, but like performance to weight ratio. It's kind of a subjective thing. And if you just start adding weight to that, like how cars do every year, you know, cars used to be 2,000 pounds and now they're like almost 6,000 pounds. And sure, they're almost faster around a track due to technology and stuff, but it's just like, I don't want that. I want to feel connected with the road, and I don't want a bunch of mass getting in the way, getting in between me and the sensation of the connection with the Pachamama beneath my feet. You know, that's what this is all about for me. It's getting in nature, being connected, as ironic as that is, because I'm using this $3,500, 151 volt crazy technology from the future to enjoy nature. It's, to me, a very Zen thing. And, you know, Zen Lee goes on and on about that. He has poetry about just feeling like this is an extension of your nervous system. And dude, that guy is awesome. I watch those videos where he's just cruising with some drone footage and just reads his poetry. And dude, like, it brings tears to my eyes because, you know, you're just coming from the heart. It's really authentically, it's like, what is your experience of these wheels? What do they do for you? Why is it that you choose this over anything else? Because, you know, I can't articulate as well as he does, but it's because, dude, like, if you get it, you get it. And don't expect normies to get it. But, so the wheel needs to be more badass in every way and still maintain that connection to the land and the earth beneath your feet versus just getting heavier and stronger and bigger and badder and more begode, like, and like, you know, if you're on the street, you want something like a P6, which is a heavy pig, but it doesn't really feel like it's that heavy from what I gather because of the magic that they did with, you know, the shape of the body and whatever. I don't even know. I need to ride one. But, you know, some of these older wheels like the Master Pro and, you know, the Sherman, you know, Abrams or whatever, like those big ass wheels, like it's not all bigger and stronger is not always better. You know, I think this 14-inch rim size is the best rim size. And for basically everything, to be honest. You know, the Oryx could probably mob over some of the stuff, but at what cost? You're not going to be able to thread the needle and feel super nimble. You know. Let me just see where I am. Do recognize this. I've been out here once before. Can you believe I used to do this kind of stuff on a one-wheel, tiny little go-kart tire? A slick go-kart racing tire with no suspension and 750 watts of power. This is like, yoo! As I was saying. See, I'm talking, that's another example. Like, people worried about like tight pad placement being a problem. My feet just came right out, and that 65% lean angle was perfect. It shut off before it spun around and hurt me while I was still connected to it. So, you know, it could be a scary situation. You know, you can panic because you don't know what the wheel's gonna do if you're not used to crashing. And if you crash a lot, you get good at crashing, you get more comfortable, you can go faster, you can go harder, and you can actually stay safer. It's really an oxymoron, but it's true. If you don't know your limit, you're gonna go past it on accident and you won't have any experience and you won't be ready. I like using that as an excuse to go beyond my limit. Oh shit. Oh, almost a pedal clip. Thank you, tree. Okay, we're getting in the deep neck of the woods here. I don't know where I am, but this is awesome. Love it. Let me get down to the creek. That'll be nice. It sucks how much the camera makes this look so slow in post. I feel like I'm hauling ass. And it does not look like it, I'm sure. All right, we made it to mud. Good old delicious mud. Should we look at the map or should we just keep guessing? I say we guess. Let's follow the cardinal directions. Sunset's in the west. Okay, going east. That's where I want to go. Towards the mountain. Towards the correct mountain. Ooh, muddy, muddy on a sloped hill. Oh shit, I gotta stop. Yeah, I'm not risking that. Why is it so muddy right here? Whew. All right. Bunny hop over that stuff sometimes. Oh, pedal clip. You heard it. Oh, mud. What? All right. Woo! Where am I? Oh, I think I know where I am. But I've got that the whole time. Oh, yeah, see, narrowness wins when you're out here. Yeah, we're connecting to the Windsor here. There's this epic tree up ahead that is so huge. From a different time, it survived so many forest fires. The ponderosa pine, that is, you can't wrap your arms around. Probably can't even do it with two people. Might need three to wrap your arms around it. Let's haul ass as much as we can. Whoa! We're getting rim shots. Maybe I should not haul ass so much. Jesus. Yeah, this kind of flat light at the end of the day doesn't illuminate the rocks as well as I need it to. All right. And now I feel like I'm one-wheeling, looking out for every little rock. Whoa. this tree up ahead has survived so many forest fires, has survived so much deforestation. You know, there's so much logging that's been done over the past like 100, 200 years that I think none of these trees are actually over 100 years old, which is why they're all pigeon. They look big, but you'll see when I get to this one. It's like a prehistoric tree. To me, it's just so awesome. I'm a freaking hippie. I'm a tree hugger, dude. I'm a Kundalini yogi, man. Okay, I mean, maybe it was bigger than my imagination, but look at this. Look at this tree, dude. I'm like, oh. I could maybe get it if I had another person. The other thing about this is they smell good. You ever find a ponderosa pine, you can tell, you can confirm that's what it is by getting up in there. It smells like vanilla. This one's, you can see how many forest fires it's been through. Some of the trees are still burnt up, 20 feet up. So if I went that way, I'd have been on Windsor. And that goes all the way up to the Ski Valley. And that would take hours. It's tough. I really, really, really want to have the time to do that. Let's see, where's my battery at? It says we're still full. So we probably only used like 10-15% of the battery because I have full bars on the Apex after all that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, no, it's 1 bar down. We've used 1 bar. I'm telling you, dude. People are underutilizing their wheels. It's just so nice. Woo-hoo-hoo! Water my camelback tastes weird. Oh yeah, this is smooth now. Or maybe not. Okay, careful. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting some really creaky noises. It's not just creaking, it's crunching. I can actually feel the vibration. That does not feel good. I should probably look at what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep riding. I feel like a shock is getting kind of blown out. Maybe. Feels kind of springy, like it might have gotten hot. And the reservoir, its oil is more viscous and making the rebound control not as effective. Might want to turn up the rebound. Compensate. Howdy. Whoa! Okay, why are you beeping? Oh, we can do it. That was very steep. Oh. I got the root on my foot and the root one. Okay. Was that a scratch lens? I think we're good, folks. I think we're all right. Ooh. All right, that one kind of hurt. Hey, buddy. Hi, guy. Hey, buddy. He's like, I don't know what that is. Sorry. I also have a black lab. They're the best.
Yeah, you gotta be an expert.
Whoa. Oh, that's some mud. Woo. Howdy. Sorry. Have a good one. My suspension feels so weird. Something's very wrong. I don't know why we're going this way though. Where's that go? Let's go look at the map for next time. All right, where's the you are here? Okay. There it is. Boom. So that's the Windsor Trail. We could go all the way up there. Oh, I don't want to make it up to Bear Wallow. That's a trek. Next time, I'll go to Bear Wallow. What time is it? Let's see. Nice 360 does not tell me the time. It'll be fun. We'll go up a little bit. Because this is what I've been wanting to do the whole time. That rest was a serious detour. Got these cheap Scamazon spare batteries for the Insta360. I'm 32 minutes into the video and it's already used up most of the battery. Whereas the stock battery will last over an hour. Okay, this is pretty rough here. Bet you I can make it. Nah. Yeah. No. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, not yet. So awkward. Oh my God. Adventure time. Wish you could see how steep it was doing this. Okay, why does it keep beeping, dude? It's really worrying me. I wonder if I should take a data log from EUC World and run it through ChatGPT and have it tell me. Do you guys know you can do that? If there's anything wrong with your wheel and you don't want to have to rely on the manufacturer to tell you what's wrong, you can actually go into EUC World and record a data log while you're riding. If anything weird happens, I just send it through ChatGPT. And give it some. I mean, I don't trust ChatGPT 100%, but I think it might be good for that. I mean, people are tuning their race cars with ChatGPT these days. So, I don't know. It's at least worth it. It might give you some information if you're having trouble. And you can say, okay, decipher that in layman terms. It's just really good. But it's a good workout and I really need it. I'm such a fat ass lately. Whoa. Come on, give me some open. Give me some fun shit. This is, there we go. Yeah, I need some more rebound. This cheap Chinesium shock is proving to be what everyone knows it to be. This is from a Suron, I think. And basically it's, I can feel it getting more springy going over intense stuff like this where all that torque is being absorbed over bumps. It just heats up the reservoir. I bet if I touched it, it'd feel hot to the touch. Let's see, actually. Nope, super cool. Huh, I don't know what it is then. My imagination, probably. Oh, I should be using my drone. Yeah, let's get some drone shots over this ridge. Dude, I do not have faith in little Mr. Magoo over here. But if I go slow, it should be fine. Check this ridge out. This is sick. Actually just going so slow because it's actually really slippery and steep. Don't want my wheel to tumble down there. Look at this, dude! Fuck yeah. Oh, this is steep, dude. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Nope. Fuck. Not with this tire. I didn't realize it branched left. It was fun coming back down, though. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, man. Freedom! Which way do I go? Let's get you all to look at this. 360, baby. So beautiful. Santa Fe is actually over that ridge. The Salmos is over there. See those like plateaus? Kind of goes off this cliff of green, goes down, comes back up to the those like plateau mesas over there. That's the Valle Caldera, old volcano up that mountain. Lots of fun places. Oh, dude, I have to go ride out there. I'm excited for that. And then where are you going? Where the fuck are you going? Dude, you're weird. What are you doing? You just having circles? Now you're trying to dive bomb me, you crazy? Dude. Let me get you some googly eyes. Call you Mr. Magoogle. Mr. Magoogly eyes. What are you doing, you crazy drone? Woo! You're just trying to get some cool action shots. I feel you, bro. You're doing a good job. This tech's pretty cool. You dodge to hit trees, though. Woo! This is sick. All right, steep hill. Yeah, you ain't shit. We gotta get some speed for this hill. Whoa, holy shit, the floor. What are you doing, Mr. Magoogly Eyes? Mr. Magoo and me and Goo, Mr. Magoo, me and the Mr. Magoo, Mr. Magoody Goody Goo. It's just me and Magoo through and through. He never catches the shot, he eats shit a lot. Mr. Magoo, flying down the road, chasing me now, and I'm gonna be free from it soon, cause I don't really want to see the throne anymore. Pisses me off, makes me sore. Okay, if I sing to you, you do all right. Riding back home now. Drone was a fail, as per usual. Come on! Let's go get the sun coming back down. Oh, this is a steep cliff. That. Oh my god. It's such a narrow trail too. If that drone would just fly a little bit higher, man, it would be so good. So Juniper trees are only like 10 feet tall. Like, just fly more than 10 feet high. I don't get why that's not a thing. Like, is it really that much harder to track if it's that far away? I don't think so. But we got some this time. Woo! Whoa! Oh, we're good. Yeah, it's not beeping at me anymore now that I turned the screen off on my phone. I think it was just turning on the horn, keeping me on my toes. That's how you know you're hungry, thirsty, and or tired. You just start crashing more. That's why I call this gear on. Not this one. I do want to scare the teenagers, but not the elders. Good evening. Hey, puppy.
Can you go up and down on that?
Mostly down. If I was better, I'd probably go up. Have a good one. Molehills, man. They'll fuck you up.
Yo, you fucking cleared that.
Thanks, dude. Those molehills almost took me out.
I know, I was like, damn, bro, don't wipe. Oh, you stuck it all the way. Let's go.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it's got a big old mountain bike shock on the back.
I saw you coming and I was like, what is that thing?
Right?
That's sick.
So-
Oh, damn. Mono
Yeah, it's
shop?
got
Crazy.
6 inches of, it's actually a motorcycle shock. It's got about 6 inches of travel.
That thing is badass.
I know, right?
I've never seen one of these.
Yeah, they're kind of new still. We don't really know about them.
do
Which
you
is
call
kind of what makes it fun, you know?
Yeah, dude. I was like, what is that thing? Who is this guy?
I was like, I saw you guys looking, I was like, I gotta hit it.
Nice.
I got it.
Yeah.
Got an audience.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are you on like TikTok or something?
Yeah, I got a whole YouTube channel, TikTok. Here, let me push your phone.
No, you live here in Santa Fe?
Yeah, you guys?
Yeah.
Seem like you've been born here all your life.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So what do you call that, dude?
So it's called EUC.
UC?
Yeah, electric unicycle.
Sick.
Got 20 horsepower. It'll go, yeah, like you can get 100 miles of range out of it if you go the right speed.
Uh-huh.
And like I just went up to Windsor and came back.
No way.
Yeah.
What's the top speed on it?
This I hit 60.
There's no way.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn,
No,
dude.
there's faster ones too,
That's
dude. Like,
scary.
yeah, it's a fun way to get around, dude. I'll tell you what.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
kinda hard to.
it's compact and my homie had a one wheel.
Yeah, yeah. It's like magic. It's straight up.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing to magic as far as like I love motorcycles. Been riding those my whole life and everything, but this is just like your hands are just you're just flying. You don't have any controls or levers. It's just.
All right, man. Good to
Hey,
meet you, bro.
hey, you too, man.
Marty.
Marty.
Later, Jace. Take care, man.
All right. Thanks for watching that. If you watched the whole thing, you crazy. Peace.